Yo, yo, what's going on, folks? How y'all doing? Kanal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Hope everybody had a good day. Nice ripper in the markets. We came down to some support levels, and we finally took a bounce, and so that's good. The S&P, we defended, um, we defended really that kind of support line that we've been really testing, nonstop the last week, and we gapped up, and then we just kind of chopped around the rest of the day. But still, good to have an opening push at the beginning, and even if we were range bound the rest of the day, there was still a lot of spec money getting thrown into stocks, and you were seeing a lot of stocks break out. And that's all you can ask for. So, a nice day for the markets, nice day overall if you're looking at the number of stocks that broke out and seen some of the runners that were cruising around. So let's take a look at the market. One of the things I'm noticing with the market right now is that it seems like a lot of kind of the 30 small caps are going. A lot of the momentum stocks that we've liked to trade in the past, the FEYEs, right, the SCTYs, these are all getting punked right now. And so my guess is that a lot of these stocks are just up so much. I mean, we're talking, we started trading like YY when it was at, 15, $20. And same thing with, SCTY and, VIPs and some of these type of stocks. They've gone up in so many multiples. It's not like they're even up 50, 60%. They're up hundreds of percent. And so, a lot of the, the, the higher price momentum high beta stocks that we've been trading the last year or so, they all seem stuck. And so my guess is that right now there's going to be some type of kind of rotation into new leadership and momentum names, as these ones are getting phased out a little bit or starting to rest so that they can rebuild some bases or things of that nature. And so while that's happening, I'm trying to figure out what's new and which ones are going to get picked up. We've been trading a lot of small caps because there has been just a ton of spec money and just a ton of just crap flying around. You get some of these stocks like CDTI and stuff. I mean, this stock's always just been a piece of crap. And, now all of a sudden you see this thing just rolling, right? Big up day. So I got this on watch for tomorrow. I think it's going to be in play. Looks like probably will come in and test the 7. At some point, I will short this turn, but it's not ready yet, right? We're just on a first day of an update coming out of a flag. But keep this on your watch list. Craig is another one, really strong stock. You can see here, if you're looking back, I mean, this kind of 450 levels, pretty key. If it can break this, I mean, you're in no man's land till $6. And these are the type of companies that are going, these kind of just big crappers. And so, watch that kind of 450 level. CBAC, another one that's coming out of its flag here and really, really strong today. FLML. This is a biotech stock. We've got, kind of a triple tapper breakout on it. Looks pretty good. APRA, take that off the list. That stock's always a turd. YOD, we traded this one today. We added this in the chat room on the kind of the break of this trend line here, 560. Close a high of the day. It's gapping up. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing gap up into the 7 range and try to take out this high. Once again, it's too early to short this thing. It's just day one of a run. You want to see at least a multi-day push before you really start trying to short these things. Zillow, another one. I missed the entry on this today. My man Striker in the chat room was all over this from the open. Looks good for a run to 100. We've had 2 straight updates. It's bounced $10 now. Ideally, we'd like to see like maybe a rest day and then a take out of this range right here. And that should be enough to send this thing to 100. Eunice, it's not clean, but, another one that's got, kind of a decent range over here that if it can break over, you might see some good push in it. CHGG, this is what we call a base breakout formation, right? The stock's been really kind of tanked, coming off a bottom here. Let's see if we push over 7. That might push this thing into the 758 range. ELTK, I won't trade this one yet. There's not enough volume in it, but this type of play has been working. Right, a big former runner, they base out and then they come and take out the range. I look for this break tomorrow. I'll be looking for volume. If I don't see the order flow in it, I personally won't take it, but it's there. It's ready. XGT, I'm starting to watch this one. After such a big push, we really retraced more than half the move, and so I'm expecting a bounce on this thing. KNDI, I'd still keep this on the list. Obviously today is just a big day. I mean, this stock's up a lot over the past year, and still this earnings report really pushed it up 24%. I think this one's going to be in play for a while, so you definitely want to keep it on watch for day trades. Moby, another one, right? It gave back $1.50 of its gains, but it looks like it's going to make a vision type of push, that VISN stock. We see a lot of these Chinese stocks go parabolic. Now, this stock's been up for 4 days in a row, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of rest in it, but you can't ignore the volume on this thing today. It was just a monster. It's something that needs to be watched. CYNI, I was watching this all day today and, popped and faded, but we're flagging here. It might need a little bit more time. You can see how it popped and faded today, but it's definitely one of those stocks that's on a bottom that should get picked up. BIOF, another stock that's flagging. If the sector is not running and the market's not running, I won't trade this. It didn't look good at all today, so I kind of took it off my watch list, but still in play. I'm still watching this Cooner for a bounce. This one should rip back to at least $32, $34 or so. These IPO stocks that were the big runners, the WUBAs and the WBAIs, the GOMO, there wasn't really a bounce in them today. So we'll have to watch that tomorrow. Usually when these IPO stocks run, they all start running. FANG is another one, right? We try to test highs here. Now we've just pulled back to a support level. I didn't see a bounce really in the sector, but if we start to get it, we start to see a little bit of rotation. That one should be a good one to play. The risk is low. ZHNE, after that kind of 25-30% push the other day, we're just kind of flagging right under that 50-day moving average. I'd anticipate a break back above and at least a run to 5. Dang, I'm still watching this one on a bounce. It gapped and was strong in the morning. It ran a 1650 and then it just gave it back. I think that 1650 area is going to be, a sweet spot for this thing, right there, to get this thing going. But if I see some signs that it's going to break, then I'll preempt obviously the price break and make an anticipatory trade. As when this stock moves, it really moves. SCTY, it's at a key location. We saw some more dumping in the solars. Josso gave back its earnings and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised, if this stock doesn't take a sharp bounce soon. The way it's hugging at this 50-day moving average, you might just see a flush under, and this thing can drop a matter of $3, $4, $5 in a hot second. When you want your moving averages kind of act as, almost a trampoline at times. When you really start to hug these levels, any type of catalyst or anything in that sector, anything like that can dump this thing hardcore if that's a support break. So really keep an eye on it. I'll watch like a 30-minute chart or something like that, on a stock like this to really make sure that my levels are pinpointed. And, you can use that as kind of your trend line. And then Core, still watching this one for the $100 roll. I think it should break pretty soon and break 100. SPLK, right? This is another one like SCTY. It's just up so much that, even though my gut says that we need to bounce here and we could see a $4, $5, $6 bounce in some, a day or two, it could just be one of those stocks that it's getting rotated out. It was a former leader, a former momentum stock, and maybe it needs more time to rest because I didn't see really any semblance of a bounce in this stock today or any signal that I want to buy this. So I'm watching it for a bounce, but, my gut feeling says that, some of these stocks that we've been trading, they're just getting rotated out. And then I'm still watching this IPXL, right? This is a big breakout. It goes back. This is all-time highs for this thing. I didn't really see a really good short-term pattern or short-term setup to take this trade. Might need another day or two, but definitely the overall break has to be respected, and we'll keep this bad boy on watch. So that's it for now, guys. We had a decent day in the chat room. I found myself selling a little bit early today, and so I left a lot of money on the table. And so I'm gonna have to review my trades a little bit later today and make sure I nail that down. I think with the market just being so weak last week, I was a little bit quick on my sells. And I need to work on that and really make sure I trade these stocks well and get the most out of it. But that's it for now, guys. Email me if you need anything. Bulls on Wall Street subscribers, Mary Beth's doing a webinar tomorrow for people that have small accounts and how to trade them. It should be really good. So I'll see you guys all later. Take care.